I should have known because I didn't even see the red light.
Red light special. You're not gonna see it when you're not on the right screen. Uh-oh. Facebook giving us the error. Let's see. You okay?
Yeah.
If you don't get your Facebook on, your Facebook giving you good?
My face, it's not showing. I'm checking right now.
Yours looks like it's good though. Y'all, welcome to another episode of Herbal Tea Thursday. It's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, Joe Bonnie, host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Y'all, I help women experiencing chronic issues like chronic pain, try to reduce their pain, eliminate stress. Why? Because life be lifing. And with diagnoses such as endometriosis and polycystic ovarian syndrome, it can be a lot. It could be overwhelming. And your hormones and mood can be all over the place. So I like to help people eliminate stress. And then we got this thing called irregular periods and heavy periods. And there's so many different reasons why people are having all of these different stuff going on. But I like to call it my M to the third degree formula for healing. And it's mindset, mindful eating, and movement, man. And once I got on there, my stress has been eliminated. My periods have not been irregular at all. They feel good, feel healthy, flowing. And I be knowing it's coming every month. And I don't have no pain like that no more. And it feels good. It feels good. Yeah. Feels good. Come on, Shereen.
Giovanni, I'm glad that you don't have any pain anymore. I'm glad that it feels good.
Girl. Thank you.
Because one, none of us should be living in that pain.
Hello.
And it's just uncomfortable, right? And anything that makes our life a little bit easier, naturally, right? Is good. And then for those that are not, my chair's looking a little Raggedy Ann back here. So I don't know the last time I sat in this chair.
See, sprucing it up. People don't deserve pain. Pain is not normal. That's a big thing. People don't realize it because that's all they ever experience. But pain is not normal.
Yeah.
So let's not normalize pain.
Let's not normalize pain. What up, everyone? My name is Shereen Simon. I am the founder and CEO of 3 companies: Voices and Vibez, my podcast, Black Print is my marketplace, and Perspective Studio Productions is my studio. And I support melanated businesses, but all businesses, let's be real. But that is where our hyper focus is. And the studio is open to everybody. Let's just clarify that. Ronnie, start this live all over again.
Now we out here, baby. We out here.
Redo it.
Now we out here. Speaking about,
I have to work on my intro. I don't have an intro. My name is Shereen.
You may not like. We did introduce you. Say, hey, welcome to our space.
Welcome to our live. Well, we need to keep it simple.
And that's that.
And cut. So I'm at home tonight. So we're gonna get into it. Ooh. I don't even need to shuffle. I just opened this up. I do not have the normal check-in because that's at the studio. But I opened this up. Bam. And this is for us, Giovanni. You ready?
You better not be out here bamming. Like
bam, bam.
Like you Emerald. You checking us in?
Yeah. I got 2.
Oh, glory. Okay.
If I hide from the spotlight, how will my voice shine?
Ooh.
Hold on. Sorry. I felt a cough drop in my mouth. Ooh, child. All right. And the second one that goes with that. Stop it, Giovanni. Trying to stay focused here, girl. The second one that goes with that is think it, feel it, say it. I feel like I need to do that again.
Ooh, think it, feel it, say it. Okay.
Get your confidence on point.
Say it.
Yeah, think it, feel it, save it, right? Hold on, I dropped the first one. I feel so unorganized here. If I hide from the spotlight, how will my voice shine? And I actually feel, Giovanni, this goes well with our second part of our talk, right? Because today we're looking at just basically like a reflection and like kind of identifying. It's the end of the month. We're going into the new month. Looking at a reflection of our past 30 days, 28 days, 30 days. How many days are in this month?
That was 31.
31. Yeah.
Think it, feel it, say it.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the first one?
If I hide from the spotlight, how will my voice shine? Right? And that's from Slay to Mike affirmations. I feel like the second one, the first one actually speaks to our second half, because first we'll reflect and then we'll kind of look at what we've identified we are going to like, how we will elevate in this new season, right? Because the season is changing.
It is.
Right?
It's a new season.
Mm-hmm. It's finally getting a little warmer. It's getting warmer out there too, right? Better weather.
I don't know if it want to be cold or if it want to be hot.
Yeah, that's how you know the season's ending, right? It's not one, it's a little bit of both.
You got it. If I hide from the spotlight, how will my what?
Voice shine. So, Giovanni, I don't know if you had time to think from the time we... if you had time to think from the time we got ready for this call, but actually we didn't cheers. What tea you drinking?
Girl, I got an immune supporting herbal tea.
Oh, that's good.
From what is it? You know me? Yeah, Stay Healthy.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, man, mug. What you got?
Excuse me. Sorry. I'm tired. I got a digestive tea from my website, Black Print. What did I eat today? Something I ate that I can feel. Actually, I had on the way to the airport, I had a coffee and a wrap.
Okay.
And I feel it kind of giving me a little bit of burning on the way home. I was drinking water on the way home. I think it was a coffee. So I just went with the digestive. In my cancer cup.
Oh.
Cheers. Bam.
Let's get into it.
Oh, that's good. I haven't had this in a minute.
I actually, hold on. I forgot to shut down Spencer's Playground.
Go ahead. How do I see? Let's see.
But guess what? I actually have been doing an herbal tea. I did it this morning and I did it yesterday as well. And it's been feeling pretty good. I think it's like with all of the pollen, I just wanted to make sure that I was, kind of giving my body what it needed.
Yeah. Up and up. Yeah, it's weird because this is the time of the season where, because the season's changing, some people tend to get sick if they have allergies.
Agreed. Agreed. And a lot of people like to do their local honey, like organic, unfiltered, raw, local honey, to help with that too. And so that's why I put some of that in my tea.
Yeah. And I have.
But girl. Woo! Let's get into this thing.
Let's go.
March. Let's talk about them lessons. Let's talk about them lessons. We'll talk about some of the lessons, and then we'll do a big takeaway, or
let's do it that way, because I think as we talk about the lessons.
Hit me with some of those March lessons for you, girl. Hit me.
I don't even know yet. I was hoping you would hit me first, and then I could figure it out.
It's March 28th. How do you not know what lessons you've experienced in March?
Do you remember your lessons, Giovanni? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember your lessons?
So simplify it, sis. Think about what actually happened in March. What are some big events that happened in March for you?
I have like the worst memory sometimes. I'm looking at my calendar.
Okay, that's a good cheat sheet. At least
I mean, it tells me what was going on. I don't know. March went by so fast.
So fast. You don't even remember what was going on in March?
Yeah, like I'm not.
You need a little help?
I launched.
Thank you. I'm like, gosh, this doesn't make any sense. Like,
well, I was missing a whole week in the calendar that wasn't showing.
Okay, girl.
I could not remember. I didn't even see it there. Okay. I was like, I know.
Right, Nayetta? I'm like, glory.
I told you I do not remember. I'm really tired. So, okay, yeah. So March has been big. Yeah. That's crazy. It doesn't even feel like hasn't been a full month since I've opened the studio. But just getting comfortable with having a studio. And I've been to a couple of networking events, right? And yeah, Nayetta's like it did. Girl, I did not remember. And you know what it is? I've been working on it. So it's open to the public, but I've been working on it. So to kind of think about, I've had it since December. So I've been working, but it is in a different space. There's still a getting it ready. So it's more like lessons of things that I might need. We had an amazing opening, and the kinds of people that came through was great, right? And then the people that have inquired about making bookings and things like that has been very different. So like in regard to like a variety, right? So it's like trying to understand the needs of different people. Yeah, and my head's in it. Yeah. So and just trying to figure out how do I make it even better. So I think I was saying something this week about certain things I need to set up, like connect this HDMI to this so I can do this stream, so I can do this, so I can do that, add an extra carpet. Okay, what about an extra, curtain for sound? And then you said to me, you sound like a real podcast studio owner. And that's what it is. Like, it's been lovely. It's been a wonderful time. And I keep saying, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then I'm being told, you have like really good energy. Like you're just glowing. And I'm like, I'm really happy. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy. So yeah, March has been great. Maybe that's what it was. Sometimes we do reflections. The first thing we think about is things on the, I wasn't going to say the negative side, but those things stand out more at times, right? Yeah. How about your March?
March was really good. March was really good. March was good, Shireen. March.
You looking at your cheat sheet?
No,
There's nothing wrong with it.
Spencer now. He's backing out of the studio. He got real up close and personal. He was looking like you shut down the window, Seema. So March was really good. March was endometriosis. Well, March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. And because I've had my podcast has launched, because I have more structure in my business, and I know who I'm talking to and what I'm really doing, this is the first March that I've been able to really show up with my brand. And I feel like it was evident of who I was representing and what I was raising awareness for, and why, to a certain degree. There's so much that's also a lesson. Like, it's so much I can do to better speak to those who have experience with endometriosis. But it was Endometriosis Awareness Month, and I really want to say I was in people's algorithms, and I was posting consistently to. You are. Like, I open my stuff and see. It is really it's really common, but not a lot. It's misdiagnosed or never diagnosed, and people struggle for a very long time. And so after this will be year 4 for me after my stage 4 diagnosis, and I feel like I'm now a channel or a profile that people can come to that kind of gives a little bit more insight of what's really going on. So I felt good about March because I started getting my reps in February of kind of launching every day, so people have a better idea of who I am. So I love that for March. I also feel like I attended my first endometriosis support group this month that was local. So shout out to Babe HQ. That's BAEB. The E's inside of the Babe because she wanted us to be inclusive. Endometriosis to be more inclusive in the Babe. Yeah, and she did an awesome job with her first support group session. It was so dope. If you are someone who is experiencing endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, fibroids, adenomyosis, tap into a support group. We need more support because not as many people are talking about it. But if you want people to empathize with you, have compassion, and you just need someone that understands a little bit more about what you're going through, get that support group. Get into a support group. Find a good Facebook group, and then link in with good people that vibe with you and want to see you be healthy. And want to help you. I'm with that. So I just wanted to shout that out. So that happened in March. So that was really dope.
Before you continue, can I just add one thing? And
yeah,
if you I love that shout out. And if you are looking for more information, but maybe you don't actually have it, but you want to know how you can support a friend or family member or just someone you know, same thing. Tap into like a support group so you can find more information, right? And you can be more aware of how you can show up for whoever you need to show up for, or sometimes you just want to know how you can be aware, right? Because we're more aware of more commonly discussed diagnoses. So tap in just so you can get an idea. Yeah.
Agreed.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you okay. And then I want to also say this month. So Recipe Oak Cliff. I absolutely love Recipe Oak Cliff. So because we did our raw food challenge,
We did.
Don't do that because we did 3 days raw. I've still been on the journey, the raw journey. So I've spent more time at Recipe Oak Cliff getting in some of her creations because I love her chipotle walnut meat. And she had this new nori wrap. And so I had it one day, Saturday, and I had to go back again the next day and get 3 more, which is so delicious. And I love her raw cheesecake. But because I had her on my first Nourish and Flourish mukbang, she's been watching my mukbang, and she's also been getting into the podcast. And so when I went to go see her, she was saying how I was doing a really good job on the podcast. She's really been enjoying listening to me. And so that was really dope. So I think that was a big thing for me for this month. And then she actually shared one of my clips of me smashing that nori
whatever you're eating. Oh, her food. Yeah.
Her food
and she should.
And I know, right? And so that was really exciting. So that's like the first business that's have like actually shared my content and show love and support. And I think it's because I've been showing love and support her way too. So she said she's gonna be doing some new raw creation type things this week. So I'm excited about it. Yes, and will be. And then I'm also excited about improving the experiences for Nourish and Flourish, just so people can really get into this whole eating good food that's good for you, and kind of going right back into what you were saying about the diagnoses that a lot of our family and friends are plagued with the different health disparities. A lot of times those things are rooted in inflammation that causes a lot of the issues that we have. So living or being intentional in this anti-inflammatory lifestyle. And I've been seeing my journey because we talking reflections, right? I've been seeing how I first started with, being pescatarian. And then after being pescatarian, it was kind of going into like this.
Did you go from pescatarian to like so you didn't go vegetarian? You just
no, ma'am. I went straight to plant-based because I already knew the dairy causes the inflammation, so I already had that like done. And so it's just seeing how I've been evolving and getting more intentional. And now, right now on this raw journey, it's just like, ooh, Look at you embracing. Let me sit up a little bit so you can see that embrace.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Check it out. So I've been embracing the lifestyle, and I think that's been another beautiful thing about March is just really embracing different things and putting
Yeah.
myself out there. Kind of go back into that check-in card that you told
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Powerful.
been pretty cool. And then I
Yeah.
would say, I got two more, Shireen. What else for March?
So this is why you should have went first, because
No,
I couldn't.
no, because you like to start it and toss it straight to me. And guess
No,
who's
but if
hosting
you
this
know,
live?
no,
Guess
not
who's hosting?
in.
Guess who's hosting?
But I don't
Guess
know.
who's
But if you know what you're gonna say, it gives me more time to
I
think.
didn't. I only wrote it down while you were talking.
So you did what I was gonna do.
Exactly,
Because
because you
now it's
always
like,
do
wait,
it
did
to
I
me. So I was
call
like,
out everything?
go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Serena.
and slam.
Because
Broke
you
my
always do
ankles and
that.
shit.
You pull the card. Okay, Giovanni, you go.
Yeah, yeah.
You hear
I
yourself.
can't think of
Okay,
shit.
it's all good.
Yeah.
For the last two,
Hmm.
I did two coaching boot camps this month, just to continue to personally and professionally develop me as a entrepreneur because all of this stuff is new to me, and because it's new, I don't have a roadmap to follow. And since I don't have a roadmap to follow, I want to make sure that I'm making sound decisions in the path that I'm going down, to make sure it aligns. Because nothing's wrong nothing's more frustrating than going in the wrong direction for a very long time and you have no idea that you're going in the wrong
I was
direction.
gonna say, but how
But
do you
it's
even know?
also
Yeah.
when you're not seeing the things that you need to see, when someone could easily just say, hey, if you try this, and then you actually try it because they have some type of experience with it. Like people's experience can really take a lot of time off of how fast you can get someplace or how
Yeah.
you can accelerate in a certain area.
Yeah.
So I've been really excited about the boot camps that I participated in for the 2 weeks of March, and I could see
Yeah.
myself grow. And we talked about the achievement journal. Like that has been a big thing for me that I started when we did our raw journal. So achievement journaling has been something I've been doing every single day. And I got that from that boot camp coaching. And then also the importance of intention, organization, and understanding. And when you know what the intention is, you're organized with what you're trying to do, and you have a good understanding because it's going to build your confidence and your voice. Those things is what's going to propel you in whatever it is that you're going to do. And so now that I know that and I have that seed, it's time to really start working on that information. So I want to get that going. And then lastly is my client journey. And you kind of took Nayetta through that on one of our accountability calls. But today I talk with someone that doesn't really know a lot about what I do. Because sometimes when you talk to a whole bunch of people about what you already know, they're getting it from your side, when someone from the outside in can just come and tell you what would make sense to
Something
somebody who
different.
knows nothing
Yeah,
about
they
it.
can see gaps
There you
easier.
go. And I was able to better map that out. So now I have an idea of how I could do what it is that I need to do. So those have been like my biggest reflections, personally and professionally, when it comes to March.
I'm gonna add a couple to mine because I didn't
Go
know what
ahead.
to say, but I won't have too many to add. But I think at the beginning of March, one thing I mentioned is that I want to, and I was thinking about this when I was boiling my water, give myself more grace, and I feel like I'm doing that, and I think it takes time. When I say that, it's like I'm making all kinds of mistakes with things I don't know. Um, Love the way of doing that, Giovanni. Yeah. I'm making all kind of mistakes that I don't know. Sorry, does that make sense? Saying it that way? I'm just making mistakes. And I'm okay with it, right? Like even that, like I'm okay with it. Just little things and I'm just kind of figuring it out. So but I'm okay with it. And that's not before that might give me a bit of anxiety, right? And it's not about being perfect or anything like that. It's just like putting myself out there. And if we talk about March, in February, I did live interviews for CBC Dragon's Den. And in March, we came back and did it again. But I even found myself making an improvement on how I'm questioning the person I'm interviewing, right? So it's just little tweaks that is a part of your journey for elevating yourself to the next level. But I think the grace part is almost like the root of it, because then you're okay with any mistakes that you make. Um, and it's okay to put yourself out there, whether or not it sounds good, looks good, just get it out. I think today somebody DM'd me to ask me about like the mics that I use, because some of the feedback, there was like feedback on an interview that I posted, and and they told me how to like reduce it in my DMs, and I was like, yeah, I learned that, but all of the clips from videos where I did not know how to do that were shared on YouTube, but they're not shared on Instagram as yet. And it's like almost because I didn't want to put it out there where I have a bigger audience, um, being probably a little harsh on myself. But now it's like, it's a lesson learned. So the first 100 or the first 50 might not be the greatest. And it's unfortunate that, but that's a part of the journey.
It
So
is.
great.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What if it's not the first 100 and maybe it's at 250 and something happens? What are you going to do at 250?
What do you mean in something? Oh, it's nothing. I'm gonna still give myself grace and keep it pushing.
There we
You
go.
know,
And we still
yeah.
keep moving forward. So it,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is it's definitely progress over perfection. And the fact that
Mhm.
you even had a mic. Some people just have, phones and other things. So you're
Mhm.
working with what you got and with the knowledge of what you have. And the more
Mhm.
you continue to you gain it and get the insight and look at you. You even have people who are following you that care enough about you to help you and
Tell me.
improve what it is that you have versus people just being in the comments ragging you about what it is that you don't have or how horrible something sounds, because
Yeah.
there's so many people on the internet and that will bash you for what it is that you are trying to do when all you're trying to do is do something powerful. So as long as you know what your intentions are, Shireen, no matter
Mhm.
what people say, no matter what the product looks like, if you hide from the spotlight, how will your voice shine? And I
Um,
thought that you were the host of what podcast? So you're gonna have your
voices and
voice,
vibes,
you're
baby.
gonna vibe regardless of what it comes out. So
Mhm.
it is
You know
what it
what?
is.
I want to add something. I received a text. I don't know if it was a DM. All I know is I got a message, whether it's
Okay.
in the DMs or in a comment of something, and it was somebody that, in the past, I've done something with on Blackprint. I think they won my very first giveaway ever, like from like 3 years ago. And
What?
she sent me a message, and I know who it is because I drove out far to her house to give her the giveaway. Um, and so she wrote me a message and she said, I love, love, love every single thing that you're doing. And I was like, screenshot. Because it felt so good to like have that recognition. And like I'm going to uh brunch on Saturday, and I
Mhm.
realized that one of the girls that are the speaker, like I think I don't know if she's the main speaker. Her and
Mhm.
I did something as well in the past, or we tried to do something as well. So I'm excited to see her, but like just other people seeing the growth. Even my brother called me today and said I should go on what's Dave's hot seat. And I was like, nah, nah, nah. And he goes, but you're out
Wait,
here doing,
first, what was your reason for saying nah, nah, nah?
I don't want that. I do not want that heat.
Okay, thank you. I just
Right,
wanted to know
right.
what was your
Yeah,
first
yeah,
reason for
yeah.
saying nah, nah, nah. You don't want the heat.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Let me that's my first thought, that I don't want that
Good
heat.
job. That's
So
all I asked.
yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
wanted.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But his follow-up of, but you're actually out here doing things. Like you're really doing, you got stuff and you're actually doing. So it's those little compliments where the recognition of like your efforts. And I think Dave had actually had a post with him and somebody else. That one I reposted it, where it talks about the tree grows two ways. one at the top and one at the bottom, right? So everybody sees the fruit and everybody wants the fruit of their labor, but they don't actually see your roots, and the roots are growing downwards, right? And so he talked about the 2A. We've been working on roots, right? And nobody sees that. So now we got this little sprout coming up, and we get these compliments, or your thing getting reshared in the women's stories, and me getting my messages. And like everybody in our accountability group, that's our fruits. They're coming up, and we've been doing the work. So it feels good. I'm already happy, but it feels good.
As though you should be happy already. I agree. We have been doing the work. Our roots are getting deeper, and they are growing, and we are starting to sprout. Coming into this new season. We are starting to sprout. And I think that's definitely a beautiful thing. And people outside of us and our close friends and family are starting to, I don't want to say buy in, but be believers in what it is. I'm just saying they're believers in what it is that we're doing. And I think that confirmation and those affirmations, I think it's beautiful. Because even when I told, the lady at the restaurant, I was like, well, hey, you should definitely listen to this episode, because this is one of the episodes where, my mom met someone here right in your own restaurant that talked about, like her thyroid health and everything else. And she loved your Kool-Aid juice just as much as I love your Kool-Aid juice. And so she shouted you out. She was like, well, I just don't want to hear the ones that are shouting out the stuff in my restaurant. Like, everything you're doing is good. I want to hear all the stories. And I was just like,
that's good. That's good.
Because it's like, so you don't want to just hear you. Because, some people just want to catch the vibe where it's allowing them to shine. And that's not what we're getting right now. So I think not a lot of times, what I love most about what we're doing, Shireen, in regards to podcasts, in regards to whatever content we're putting out, in regards to whatever business we have, whatever awareness we're raising, whoever we support, it's timeless. It's timeless. And whether someone gets it right now, whether somebody gets it tomorrow, next month, 5 years from now, 20 years from now, we're planting seeds to live a legacy for whoever needs us, whenever they need us. We're going to already be there because we're showing up now. And I think that's the beautiful thing about what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like the sprouting is like an amazing segue into like, what do we want to sprout into and focus on as we move forward, right? You okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna pass it back to you. Oh,
what you tossing to? Oh my gosh, Shireen.
It was a basketball, and then it was
I didn't know what you were doing.
I don't know.
Yeah, what are you tossing?
I was happy that you caught it. That was my joy, happy, joy. No, but like, if I pass it back to you and we just talk about what are we looking forward to in this new season? You got notes?
No, I just wanted to. The first thing you said, I wanted to write it down.
Oh! I was like, well, there's nothing wrong with notes. I was like, you got notes. Let me get some notes. I didn't got a pen.
Look at you. Give yourself grace, Shireen. It's live. We're just live responses. Okay, this is not
all right.
So what's the question again?
I know you wrote it down. You tell me.
I didn't write the question down.
What are you looking forward to in the new season?
I am looking forward to growth in the new season. I think that because I have been on this embrace type of vibes, I'm ready to amp it up and embrace it a little bit more. And I'm realizing the more I show up for myself each day, the more I'm able to evolve. And not just as a person, but as an entrepreneur, as a teacher, just in whatever way I could actually serve, I see myself evolving. So I'm looking forward to growth. And that growth, I know, is going to be met with resistance because I'm going in a different direction than I've never been before. And so I'm excited about embracing the growth.
Resistance from who?
Resistance of me going into doing things that I normally have done, staying in comfort.
So your own resistance. That's what I was trying to
Yeah, most definitely. So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to growth because I'm challenging myself to do something new every day. Like being raw is something that is a challenge, but it's a choice. Like yesterday, I was hungry and I didn't have anything else because I had my food with me and I had already ate it all, but I was hungry. And so the place I normally go and get those French fries, I went and instead I got the guacamole. And I've never been like a huge avocado person, but because of like the texture or whatever. But their guacamole ended up being really, really good. So my go-to after school when I would go get French fries, today it was going back to get some more of the guacamole. Exactly. And so it's like, because I'm challenging myself to eat differently and not stay within the same type of foods that I'm normally exploring, it's allowing me to embrace different foods and see how my body actually feels. And so I'm loving seeing what it's looking like. Like even with the food with Recipe Au Cliff, if I wasn't raw, I would have gotten the regular Chipotle walnut taco salad, and I probably would have got her veggie burger because I love it. Those are my two favorite things. But because I'm on the raw journey, she was like, "Well, I have these nori rolls too if you want to try it." These nori wraps. Yeah, and I'm like, let's go for it. Now that's my number one. Like before
and
that,
that's funny that it blew out the other two.
It and did. And so, but the other two still have the Chipotle walnut meat. So her Chipotle walnut meat is like thebomb.com. But I say that to say, had I not been on this journey and being intentional about the choices that I'm taking and being consistent with it, I would have never explored these things. And so I'm looking forward to more growth. And if I stick with this raw journey throughout the month of April, I can only imagine what other foods I'm going to try, what other quick meals I can create, because that's what they always say. In order to be consistent with raw, it's just to make a quick decision and keep it simple. Don't have a whole bunch of different things. You're not trying to have a full course meal. You're just trying to eat for a good purpose. And I think that's what I'm really excited about.
Can I ask you a question, Giovanni?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to stop doing raw on like Monday or Tuesday. What changed your mind? Because I've been missing.
I started with you and I was just like, okay, this is 3 days. Let's just keep going. Let's see how far I can
go. I know you went past, like I knew you were raw over the weekend. So you passed the 5 and the 6. But I thought at the beginning of the week you had mentioned, oh, you're thinking you might come to an end. But what made you keep going?
Because the days were going. Like I just kept going. Like the days were adding up. And I was like, well, if I stop now, I'm just gonna be at, I only did 5 days. Or if I stop now, then I'm only at 8 days. If I stop now, then I'm only on 10 days. And it's just like, the more I keep going, I'm noticing I can keep it going, and I'm keeping it simple, and it feels good to keep going. And I told you, Shireen, when I did that 3 days with the grapes, and people were like, "You stopped with the grapes?" I was like, "I didn't know y'all were behind me like that. I didn't know y'all was following the journey. I didn't know I had that type of support." And so the more I post it, I'm seeing a lot of engagement, like a lot more engagement than what I normally post. I'm like, "Oh, y'all with this raw journey? Then y'all vibing with me? I'll keep vibing. Then if y'all want to vibe, let's go." So let's go with it. So I like that people are joining me on the raw journey and supporting it. And even saying certain things like, "Oh, I'm gonna try this." Like someone said that on my YouTube short when I made my first Alfredo cashew sauce to go on my kelp noodles with the Chipotle walnut meat. I was trying something different. And so it's been a beautiful thing to see people tap in. And so now I'm ready to look at that creativity. Like before we got on this live, I saw this man make a salad with the lion's mane mushrooms. And, everyone likes that texture of the lion's mane. And I saw him just make a simple salad and took the shreds of the lion's mane mushroom. And I'm just like, ooh, that looks like that could possibly be
try.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm excited about, focusing on trying different things. But El Barco, Nayeta asked me about the place for the guacamole. El Barco, which is really like a Mexican seafood spot. And I think that's why I love their fries, because they don't just have like regular seasoning. I don't know if they put Old Bay on their fries. I don't know what it is, but they don't have like your regular fries. But that's the place that I was getting my guacamole from. And I went and got 2 today after school. So I already ate one. I'm going to see about eating the other one tomorrow. Yeah.
So can I ask you, because I know when people go raw, or if they're just juicing, they talk about like their energy has spiked and like their they just feel like better. They feel a little different. Is that what you're feeling now?
Well, I feel good. People always ask me about my energy levels, and my energy levels are always high. But I think because of the emotional toll that happened the other day at school with the student, I think that's what caused my energy levels to kind of be down a little bit, because my sleeping wasn't like, I didn't get as much sleep. And I'm someone who likes to really get at least 7 hours, because I love that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So trying to get in that 7 to 8 is really ideal, because that helps the body as well. And that's important for people with PCOS and endometriosis. I mean, people as a whole, but having good sleep hygiene is key. So for me, the energy has been good, but yesterday, because the night before was kind of long, I felt like at the end of the day, like 5-ish, I was like, let me lay my head down. Like, I was like, but I was right back up, went back to the school for the volleyball game and kept it going. It's not so much the energy for me, Shireen, as much as it is like the focus. Like, I just want to keep going and going and going and going. And my ideas and stuff just keep going and going. Now it's time for the doing. And so I'm glad that you all are holding me accountable for the doing, because I'm learning so much. It's just, I don't like to do unless I have a clear path of what exactly I'm going to do in order to follow through, if that makes sense. Like, I need structure. And I need to find how I go about doing that process, so I can put it on repeat and do what I got to do, just like the podcast. Like, I haven't missed a Wednesday to drop an episode, because I have a process. Like, I know exactly what I need to do to get it to premiere, to make it happen. And so I just need these other things to do that same thing, and me actually being intentional about, why am I doing this? Why do I want people to get this anti-inflammatory guide? Because most of our issues deal with inflammation. So if you just get this guide and start really looking over it, 1 or 2 things that you can start changing, you'll start feeling a whole lot better. And you won't know it until you get this guide. And so that, again, Shireen, is another thing I forgot to tell you, changing the plant-based guide to anti-inflammatory. Everybody doesn't want to be plant-based. I'm down with that. But eating more plant-based foods will be beneficial, but this all about being anti-inflammatory. You want to eat your salmon? Go get your salmon. I am not.
What made you realize, like, did you think that everybody wanted to be plant-based?
No, I just knew that if people ate more plant-based foods, they would feel better and get the nutritious benefits from what it is that they have. So it'll address the things that they need. It wasn't that I wanted people to be plant-based. I just wanted them to eat more plant-based foods. So when I had, that's that evolution. Absolutely. That's that evolution. So knowing that I don't want everyone to be plant-based, but I want them to eat more plant-based foods, it was like, well, Giovanni, you really just don't want them to eat inflammatory foods. You don't want them to have the dairy. You don't want them to have the processed foods. You don't want them to be all on the sugar. You already got the anti-inflammatory guide. Put that out there for the free and try to help people out. So that's been my biggest thing, is get the anti-inflammatory guide, look it over. It's telling you about mindset. It's telling you about movement. It's telling you about foods you can eat. And just start slowly embracing it, because it is a journey. It is a journey. It is not like something you just have to do right now and make a whole bunch of changes, because you're just going to relapse. Because it's not what you're used to.
Yeah, it's going to take time.
It will. It will take a whole lot of time. So I think that's what it is for me. I've been focused, and I feel motivated, and I feel energized, and I'm excited about what's to come. I just got to figure out how to put that out there.
How to get it, how to do it. Like the way you want to do it.
Exactly. And that's the free thing, because the big thing that I'm looking forward to, Shireen, that I think is going to be life-changing for my target audience, but really females as a whole, is my M to the 3rd degree empowerment guide that talks about the different mindset activities, foods, and movements to do through each phase of your cycle. Because we got 4 different phases of the cycle. And so many people say, oh, well, I've tried this and nothing ever works. And if you're trying to do the same activity and eat the same foods the entire month, you're not going to see a difference. And so I really feel like that energy and that intentional focus on the cycles, and though I think that's what's going to cause people to be like, ooh, let me make a deeper connection to myself and what's going on with my body. Let me get in line with my body, my hormones, and everything that's happening, so we can work this thing out together. But the guide is definitely in the link of the description of this video if y'all are on YouTube. And then it's in the link in my bio if you are on Instagram.
Right. And let me see, because I see Chris, there's a Chris Baker, but I can't really see what he said. A lot of people who I get to start fasting to stop because of the headaches they get, and I remind them that it's a good thing. Yeah. So when I've done fast,
wholeheartedly agree, Chris.
When I've done fast, like you're right, it's that detoxing, and once you get over that hump, right, then it gets better. And as you said, that clarity, that's when that clarity kicks in. And I think that's why I was asking how you feel, because
good.
You feel, yeah, because you start feeling the energy, but that clarity, and as you said, the ideas, and it's like once you surpass that certain level, and everybody's body is a bit different, but some of it is the uncomfortableness of the detox, but some of it is that mind over matter, right?
All the way, because I could go get them fries all day.
Yeah, but as soon as you get past that hump, you can just fly, right? So just my last question for you is, I know you've talked about wanting to do this throughout April. Is it still undecided, or do you think you're going to try, or you're still kind of just contemplating what you might do?
Okay. I'm gonna get to that question, but I want to say something to Chris. Chris has been very supportive as well. So Chris has noticed the journey, and that's the thing. Like, even though I am talking about things that mostly women experience, I always have that segment on my podcast about, girl dads, men that are role models and figures for boys, for girls, younger girls, so they can have a better idea of what people are going through. But at the end of the day, it all just boils down to healthy habits and lifestyle changes that anyone can benefit from. And Chris has been amazing, because he's from my hometown, but he's been on this journey for himself as well. And he's been doing a lot of work on himself and, with the foods he's eating. And he'll even send me like recipes, content, different things like that to keep me inspired. And that's what I feel like helps me the most when it comes to like being on your journey. When a lot of people aren't doing what you're doing and you find people that are doing it, it's the support that you lean more into than trying to explain yourself to everybody else about why you're doing what you're doing. And once you start realizing how much it's benefited you, you just want other people to come along the way. And you just kind of give them a little bit of things to try out. And if it's not for them, then it's okay. It's not for them. So I want to say,
like you find your community, right? And like you find your community, and then within that community, you guys support each other, right? So
agreed. So I appreciate
you being the support. Yeah, there's you being the coach, but also it's great to know that like other people, no, really, it's you being the coach, but it's great when it's like when everybody, I'm going to say drink the Kool-Aid, but when everybody jumps on board, forget drink the Kool-Aid. When everybody jumps on board and that you guys are aligned, everybody is like, oh, how about this? How about this? How about this? So everybody, as we say, is vibing with each other, but like there's more that comes out of it, right? So it's kind of awesome. Not even kind of, it's awesome.
Agreed. Yeah. And the Kool-Aid you're referring to is definitely the Kool-Aid juice from Recipe Oak Cliff, not the traditional Kool-Aid.
Not Kool-Aid. That's why I said forget that, because it doesn't even apply in this, yeah.
I'm kidding. So what was your question?
I didn't have another question. I just asked the question. I don't have another question.
I forgot. No, you asked it, but I didn't answer because I wanted to give Chris that shout out in case he didn't stay with us on the live. I know you were talking about like getting the headache, and I'm all for it. Like a lot of times people are expecting to feel a difference immediately. It was about the fact how long I'm gonna go on the journey. People expect to find that initial like, oh, I tried this for 3 days. Oh, I tried this for 5 days. It didn't work. And just like you talked about it before, Shireen, you did a whole 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Vegetarian before. You clearly had to go 2 years into it to know how it felt to live this type of lifestyle versus how it was to live a different lifestyle. Doing something for 7 days, doing something for 14 days, you're not going to really see the whole benefit because your body has to start adjusting. Like what you've been consuming through your mind, through your body, like through food, that's getting to a cellular level.
Right, but I don't. You might not see it at a cellular level within 14 days, but you'll still
Not
see
at all.
no, but you'll still see changes within that
Mhm.
14 days, right? Like you'll still
So
see the
people looking for the radical change, Shireen, for people who've been doing it for a
but
long
you can
time.
see, hold on, but you can see radical changes if
Mm.
you are an extreme. Like, look how many people have done, there's tons of people who have done extreme 14, 21 days, 30 days, extreme, and they get radical results. I've watched more than enough videos because I've tried to be radical more than enough times. I've watched radical inspiration, right? Because and it does, but then it's not about if the radical worked. It's what happens afterwards because you haven't developed a sense of not just consistency, a lifestyle sense that
I
is
got
sustainable, right? So
you.
even
Agreed.
even going through the 3 day for me, I was like, by day, I mean, my mind over matter was getting to me, but because I was doing good in the day and I wasn't that hungry in the night, but I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, because
But
that first night
on
got you.
on the I think the and I'm still eating those. Yesterday I had that same quinoa
Quinoa
salad.
salad.
It was delicious.
And see,
Um,
if had you not done it, you wouldn't have found something else that you like.
yeah, but I also, yes, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't have even looked at that restaurant. It's a new restaurant. I've never even heard of it. So I'm dying to kind of go and check it out in person. Um, but I also realized like I don't want to do things that are not sustainable for myself,
Agreed. Oh, so
right?
you're not
So
trying to live in that radicalness that will
no,
be term
no,
radical.
right? And I think I needed to get to that point because I've done enough radical inspiration and I'm not trying to be radical. I can be radical in other areas of my life, but no, we're getting to 50 minutes, and I've yet to talk about my next step. So, just to keep it moving, I do see that John said something
No, you
there.
don't have to say that. John just got blocked. Keep going.
Okay, I can't read it when it's so long.
It's
Anyhow, I
okay.
have to
John
stop
just
and
got
read it.
blocked. And I'm gonna just take it one day at a time to answer your question. I do want to see April all the way through, but I've always heard to just stay focused on one day at a time, and you'll eventually get to the goal that you want to see. So
Okay,
April is the plan, but I'm just taking it one day at a time, and we'll see how it goes. Talk
okay.
to me.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea at this moment, to be honest with you. Um,
You don't know what your.
I'm thinking. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Um, what am I looking forward to?
Well, I can say something I'm looking forward to for you. I am looking forward to your podcast. I'm looking forward to your studio. Really getting looks, sites, views, getting booked, people being interested in it. Um,
He's blocked. I haven't
and
read the message, but we want to keep going, so we're not going to even go there. But
I
yeah,
would love to see the different services that you're going to be able to provide in your studio. Like,
mhm,
I am looking forward to the growth of your studio. I'm looking forward to you continuing to have great conversations with your podcast guests, because you really know how to have those different types of guests. So I'm looking forward to how you're building your whole ecosystem of
mhm.
Shireen's excellence. Specifically, I don't know exactly what you're going for, but I just wanted to tell you that's what I'm excited about seeing. Your blooming, your blossoming when it comes to all the different things that you've really been working forward to.
Yeah, you know, thank you for that, Giovanni.
No, you're okay. Why you
I'm
think about
Yeah, no, it helped kind of jig a couple of things. There's been a lot of inquiries, but nothing solid is yet. Actually, there is one that's solid, but I'm actually, instead of charging, I'm sponsoring to get,
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm sponsoring. So they did definitely offer, with the discussion was about being paid. But then I was like, well, wait a minute, I'm gonna come to your event and stuff like that. So let's see, what does sponsorship look like, right? So, and once I got to understand the model that they were working with, it just made sense for me to sponsor, in my opinion. But I'm still kind of figuring out what the services are going to be. Um, so all of that is still new, right? And then I think I'm looking forward to what the upgrade looks like. Like today, I
Ooh.
talked about what surprised me was when the man I went to the camera store, needed
Mhm.
whatever I needed, and his explanation was I outgrew based on what I'm doing. I already outgrew what I'm using, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "That I just bought that 3 years ago." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's not even that the camera's good as a starter." And
Mm.
it's a decent camera. I mean, I'm also looking at like how do I improve picture quality? Well, I'm on my Mac so right now, so this is not what I'm talking about. But even so, if I had gotten everything together and I didn't have so many errands today, then I might have tried to do a live stream in the studio with what. But it's that growth from a technical standpoint. We're going into spring, so how do I show up in spring? Like, is there collaborations? I know I want to pitch something to like one, two, three, maybe
You
even
want to
four
pitch or
of.
you will pitch?
Sorry.
You want to pitch to them or you will pitch?
No, oh yeah, I most definitely will pitch to like four of my neighbors for us to do a collaboration. So it shows all four of our businesses in this light. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and you know what? Like even the way I show up, um, or as of
Sorry.
late, no, it's good. For the podcast and for perspective, it just feels different. And so I have this
Mm.
excitement to also get back to, as we see you, mouth quiet. It's good. As I have this
Nayetta need
excitement.
to get a dog guide. So when mommy is on live, he's active in some type of activity.
I don't even know what that means, but
Nayetta with her activity playhouse because she has guides for her kids,
oh,
activities
but you
for
said a
kids.
dog. Girl, let me finish my statement.
No.
I'm not going to remember what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that I am excited to get back to black print, right? I'm excited to get back to that. So I haven't been able to give that energy into it because I had to focus on the studio and stuff. But I was saying like yesterday, when I hear songs and stuff like that, it makes me envision what it could look like from a video standpoint. So it's just like how it can be marketed and things like that. So I'm excited to kind of get back. You too, you and Nayetta, you're not focusing on me. You know what? It's very distracted.
The focus is definitely on you.
No, it is
Don't
on
put it on
Spencer.
anybody else but you.
It is on Spencer. Anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got for now. That's it. That's it.
It was
That is it.
definitely on you. Can I say
That is
something
all
else
I
that
got
I'm
for
excited
now,
about for
man.
you? Can I
Sorry?
say something else I'm excited about for you?
No.
I'm excited about how you are doing the street interviews because like so many people are doing different things. I think you're having fun with
Mm-hmm.
doing those street interviews with
Yeah.
the other man. So I can only imagine the more you continue to put yourself out there, the different ways that you're going to be able to reach people. But the fact that you're having fun with what you're doing, I think that is very important because if we're not having fun, how long is it really going to last?
Yeah,
You
it's
know
not
what I'm saying? And
sustainable.
I feel like you're having fun in certain things. The
I
passion you
am.
have with finding different things for the studio, the passion you have for,
Mm-hmm.
getting the right vendors for Black Print Com, the passion you have with
Well,
doing
I'm not there. Hold on.
things.
I'm not there when it
I'm
comes to
just
the
saying you had it
black.
before. You Black Print
It's
Com is not new, Shireen.
no. It's not blackprint. Blackprint.com is not new, but the passion, but it's different.
It
I don't know how to
is, but you're
explain
still
it.
having fun with what you're doing for the people, right or wrong? And if you're
You,
not, how are you going to figure out how to have more fun with it?
so I'm not where I want to be. Like I'm trying to like get that across. I'm not where I want to be. So the fun, it's not about that it's not fun. There's been anxiety because I haven't been able to get where I want to be and pushing it and marketing it the way I want it to be. Right. So I don't know. Like I don't know if you get what I'm saying from that standpoint, but when it comes to perspective and voices and vibes, you're absolutely right. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So, you know, I'm gonna cuss to both of you when we get off this call. Both
Oh
of
my
you.
God.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Well, you want to go ahead and close us out, Shireen?
I don't no, you go close us out. I'm done with you two today. Oh, I here, this is a good one. This is a good one. And I think this actually is short and sweet and simple. Um let's see if you can see it. Can you and maybe you can't. It says
I
I
got
got
this.
this. Yeah, you got it.
I got this.
It says I got this. And I think that's like more than enough. It's keeping it simple. I got
Oh my
this.
goodness. I got this.
Yeah.
That is crazy. You know
I
what
think
someone
that's a
else
great
told
way
me? They
to
said I needed an affirmation for
yeah.
I know. It was like,
Yeah.
Giovanni, I don't know. I don't know
Wait,
what you
wait, say
do.
that again. You say I
Really,
missed what you said. Say it again.
I was told that I needed an affirmation that said
Yeah.
I know. That included I know.
Hmm.
Because they don't want me to keep overthinking and second guessing myself or anything like that. They were like, Giovanni, you just need an affirmation that includes I know. And for
Okay.
you to pull that card that says I got this, I just feel like
I know I got this.
that.
I
And
know I
just
got there
like
you got
that,
it. You got it. I know I got this. And I think that's where we're in that what wait, we're going in April. April, May, June, July. We have 4 months. And forget July actually because July it's the beginning of July. We have a I think we have an unspoken goal or we've spoken about it at a high level that when we go back and we meet, we want to be able to say we did X, Y, and Z. For not to prove anything, but just for our own accomplishments. Am I right? We got 3 months, and I think we've come a long, long way. So the next 3 months is definitely, I know, I think this is the most confident I've felt in a very long time. How about you?
I love it. I am definitely with you on that. The more reps I'm getting in, the better
Mhm.
my confidence improves. The more of an understanding I have, the more
Yeah.
purpose I realize I'm putting out there, and
Hmm.
power at that too. Like
Hmm.
it's been welcoming. People have been excited to be around me. People have been loving the way that I love on them,
Yeah.
and so I think it's what's needed. It's
Yeah.
what's needed to show up for people as well as you show up for yourself. So I know the more I show up for me, the more I'm able to show up for the right people at the right time that they need my vibe. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's your
Yeah.
healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Joe Bonnie.
Hmm.
Yes, the host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Episode just dropped yesterday.
Hmm.
60 days juicing.
Oh wow.
60
Was
days
that extreme?
juicing.
They
That
don't do anything else?
60 days juicing. She did the doggone thing. And she said she needed to get into a deeper connection with herself and do something a little different to address fibroids in her womb.
Mm,
And so she went 60 days. And so go check out that episode of the Empire
I
Plates
will
Empire
definitely check
Lives
that out.
podcast, any other
Mhm.
one that you might want to tap into. But y'all, go be inspired, but mostly empowered to take your own healing in your own hands. It's your healing, it's your journey.
Mhm.
The stories are just out there so you know what has been working for other people and get that insight. But man, Shireen, I appreciate this space that we share together. I appreciate us holding each other accountable to continue to show up because what we're doing matters
Mhm.
for who
As
it
we
is
see,
intended
as we
for.
see, as we see,
And
right?
for who it intends for, yeah. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So I just want to let you know that guess what?
Mm,
I know I got this.
that's right. And I like that. I'm gonna write that as one of my new affirmations because I've been using, which I still love. I believe in my ability to figure out, and I got that one from Donnie. Um, but I'm also gonna add, I know I got this because I feel like it gives a different energy into it. Right? So before we were like laying foundations and we're figuring out, and I feel like we've laid enough foundation. Now we just going. So I know I got this. So, and for me, I will say, check out what's going on the Black Print Com YouTube channel. Tons of interviews there, with some new businesses, especially some that have pitched to be on TV for CBC Dragon's Den. So that's pretty exciting for them. I'm not certain if we'll do a lot more live, because like that was the end of that piece, but I don't know if we'll be able to kind of follow their journey to see who actually made it on. And so a lot of that content is coming out. Yeah, a lot of that content is coming out. So also check it out on the Voices and Vibes, with a Z, Voices and Vibes with a Z, that Instagram page, because we're dropping clips there. But the full episodes, they're not long. They're all on YouTube, on Black Print Com YouTube channel. So yeah, girl, that's that.
All right, then. Last but not least, we got a treat for you. Grab that anti-inflammatory guide that's in the description of this video. It is free because we want you to live a pain-free life. So go out there, get that. Let's reduce inflammation, and let's start feeling better. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Most importantly, tap in next week.
Vibing with us, y'all.
Tap in with us next week, Thursday. Bye.